Hello everybody, long time no see. Today I will talk about two things. One is the big and risky gambling of CCP. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is how safe or how unsafe for a Chinese holding a foreign passport in China, of course. So, the big gambling. We all know that the Wuhan coronavirus epidemic is still spreading. Even according to official figures, 45,000 people are infected and 2,700 death cases. Now this is the official figures. As I mentioned in my previous video, those official figures, in order to get the real figure, we have to at least multiply it by 10. So that means minimum number of infected people is actually 450,000, and minimum death cases is something around, if it is 2,000, so it's 27,000. Now, why I say that? Maybe you remember I also mentioned once. Let's look at the death case, number of deaths. Yeah, they say in the whole China, 2,700. But it is confirmed information that all the crematoria in Wuhan has been running 24 hours round the clock. And that has at least been the case since the 23rd of January. So it's basically a month, yeah? More than 30 days. And only in Wuhan, only in one crematorium, the number of cases burned, or number of bodies burned, was around 200 per day. And there are not one crematorium in Wuhan. There are, I think totally there are something like 7 or 8, yeah, such crematorium. So you can imagine, if all of them run 24 hours round the clock, so it's a hell of a lot of dead bodies they burned. You may say that, how do you know? Well, maybe only this one being investigated running 24 hours. Well, you're right, I don't know. But one thing I also know, and that is they have sent 40 mobile crematorium from Shanghai to Wuhan. You know, a crematorium built in a container, put on trucks. Yeah, 40 of such trucks was sent from Shanghai to Wuhan. And these new trucks, officially they say, is to burn garbage and also to burn dead body of animals. Now, how come all of a sudden you need 40 more such? And also, they also claim that these are very modern machines. They can do it in, instead of in the normal crematorium, it takes 50 minutes to burn one body. And this mobile crematorium takes only a few minutes to burn one body, so much faster. So if it is not because of overloaded crematorium, of normal crematorium, why you need to send 40 mobile crematorium to Wuhan? So the situation must be terrible. Yeah? I feel really sorry for the people in Wuhan. And now, all signs show that we don't have any vaccine against this virus, not yet. The latest I got is the American scientists, they have now found a vaccine, but they need to do a lot of tests before they can start producing. And I think they have been doing tests on animals, and they think that in beginning of April, they will come so far that they will start testing the vaccine on human beings. But until they really can start to use it, probably at the earliest, May, June, maybe, yeah? So, and there's no other medicine right now. So how come that suddenly the CCP, Chinese Communist Party propaganda media, claimed that in the last few days, that number of infection and number of deaths has gone down per day. I mean, the rate has gone down. You know why they claim it? It can't be true. It can't be true. It's a pure lie, because the top leader of the Communist Party ordered everybody to go back to work. And why he does it? Well, it's very clear. If you don't work, there's no economic value created. And Chinese economy, as I mentioned in my previous video, is already in trouble since many years, at least since 2015. Yeah? It has been going down and down and down. The GDP, everything, all the figures going down, industrial production going down, export going down. So, and number of American dollar, the hard currency, is also less and less. So they have to save their power by saving the maybe collapsing economy. So that's why they order all Chinese people go back to work. But this is a big gambling, because we know that when you are within a distance of 2 meters from another person, if that person carry the coronavirus, you may be infected. So when you're going back to work, you sit together with people in the factory or in the office, and you go to the same canteen and have food. Can you avoid coming into contact with other people? Impossible. Then you can't work. So this is a huge risk taking. Yeah? And I hope really that they have luck, so that not a new wave of infection coming. So this is, I really ask you all, watch out, because even you are not in China. We know that in Italy, in Iran, in South Korea, in Japan, and so on, even in Germany, number of infected people are increasing. So this is for me, this is a pandemic. Although WHO hasn't officially defined it as a pandemic. Pandemic means an epidemic with a global impact. Yeah? So much today about the big and risky gambling of the CCP. The second thing I mentioned, I'm going to talk about is how safe are you if you are Chinese and holding a foreign passport. Me too. I'm Chinese, but I have a foreign passport also. 2015 was not only the year, as I mentioned, economy starts showing really declining trend in China. 2015 is also the year Chinese holding a Swedish passport got kidnapped in Thailand. And he is a Chinese normally living at that time in Hong Kong and running a bookstore and a publishing company. Actually, he's one of the major owners of the publishing company. And this publishing company specialized in publishing books exposing the corrupt and decadent private life of Chinese Communist Party leaders. Of course, the party is not happy to have such a publishing house, and I think the business was pretty good in Causeway Bay in Hong Kong, where the bookstore is. Was quite frequently visited by many, particularly by many Chinese mainland tourists to Hong Kong. So when this owner, Gui Minhai, went to Thailand for business or for holiday, doesn't matter, he was visiting Thailand. And during his visit in Thailand, the secret agent of China kidnapped him and took him to Beijing. And Swedish government protested and demand for explanation why a Swedish citizen is arrested. What's the reason? Well, first they didn't care about explaining. Later they say the reason is because this guy was involved in a car accident and knocked down some people and run away. And now he's returning by himself, voluntarily, to China to confess his crime. And they even forced him to confess his crime in front of a TV camera and broadcast it in the Chinese state-run television, CCTV, and so on. And then he was sentenced to 2 years. Swedish government continued to protest, and it came to actually a kind of diplomatic conflict. So, and for about maybe 4 months ago, the Swedish PEN Club decided to offer this Gui Minhai, the publisher, a literature award for his contribution in literature culture. And I can recall the Chinese ambassador to Sweden was warning the Swedish cultural minister, don't attend that prize award meeting. If you do it, there will be consequences for China. And the cultural minister attended the meeting, and not only attended, she even made a speech and criticizing the criminal act of the People's Republic of China government. And the ambassador actually then said Sweden will be punished. And the way to punish Sweden is he will make sure that Chinese tourists will no longer come to Sweden. That was a couple of months ago. But you see, life is funny. Huh? Some people in Sweden may worry, oh, we lose income because the tourists are not coming. But then it happened, what happened is then came the coronavirus. And today, the Swedish people are happy that Chinese tourists are not coming. They don't want to have infected by coronavirus. And recently, Gui Minhai again was sentenced. This time sentenced in Ningbo by a people's court for 10 years prison. And Swedish government protested again. How can you just do like this without any explanation and jail a Swedish citizen for 10 years? Then Chinese government answer was, sorry, he is a Chinese citizen, not Swedish citizen. Wow. That was something new, even for Swedish government. And you know what? They forced Gui Minhai to adopt Chinese citizenship. And after that, they say, he's a Chinese citizen. So Swedish government, sorry, you have nothing to do with it. But according to international convention, you cannot just change citizenship like that. The normal way is Gui Minhai has to personally apply to Swedish government, Swedish authority, to withdraw his Swedish citizenship. And when the Swedish government confirm it, accept it, then he can apply for Chinese citizenship and get approved by Chinese government. So, and according to Swedish media, and Swedish foreign minister who was interviewed, she said, nothing like this happened. We have no contact with Gui Minhai. They don't even allow us to talk to him. So how can he apply it? So it's a nonsense. So this show really is, the behavior is very similar to mafia. Yeah? As long as they think they are stronger than you, they don't care. Because in their eyes, what is Sweden? If this guy has an American citizenship and American government show toughness on that, they may think at least twice or even 3 times, 5 times before they do something like that. But with a little country like Sweden, they don't care. So imagine if they think they are now stronger than not only Sweden, but also stronger than Germany, or stronger than UK, stronger than, at the end, when they think they are stronger than US too. Can you imagine? Would they care about what is international convention, international law and all this? Just forget it. So this is not just a warning for Chinese people holding a foreign passport. and go to China, or like Thailand, a government who dare not say no to Chinese government, you are in danger. That's simple as that. And for people who are foreigner, who are not Chinese, you also be careful, because they don't care. Actually, it was a Swedish, by birth Swedish guy who worked on human rights. Yeah, I think the name is Peter Dahlin. He was also arrested by China without any true reason. And he was also forced to confess in front of camera and shown and broadcasted in the television. And in this case, they let him go after he confessed his so-called crime. And by the way, this time, just for your information, the crime they claim Gui Minhai has committed was he has stolen state secret. This is a common trick. It's because it's state secret, they don't even need to tell anyone because it's secret. Yeah. So this is the old trick. That's the evil nature of CCP. Don't have any illusion. That's my advice to you. So thank you for watching. And so if you like it, click like. If you like it to see it again, click on subscribe. And help spreading it if you think that is good for your friends and relatives to be informed about what I've said. Thank you. Bye-bye.